Hi, my name's Michael. I'm a Senior Technical Product Manager in the Mobile and Embedded Devices Group at Microsoft. And today we're going to be taking a look at Windows XP Embedded SP2 and the tools that are needed to configure, build, and deploy a Windows XP Embedded operating system image. The process typically starts by using an application which is known as Target Analyzer. There are two versions of this tool, one for 16-bit for perhaps booting and running from MS-DOS, and also one for 32-bit, perhaps running from WinPE or from an existing installation of Windows 2000 or Windows XP. In this case, I'm running Target Analyzer, the 32-bit version, inside of Virtual PC. I run this application, it runs extremely quickly, and the output of this application is a single file called devices.pmq. This file is an XML file that defines all of the underlying hardware that has been found on our embedded reference board, which in this case is a version of Windows XP running inside of Virtual PC. Typically, the next step is to run a utility which is known as Component Designer. Component Designer is a utility that is used to generate your own custom components, but there are a couple of additional uses for this as well. If I select File and Import, I can import that devices.pmq file that we've just found. This will import and create a custom component for me that defines all of the underlying hardware that was found by running Target Analyzer on our target device. But this is only one use for the Component Designer application. If I select File and Import, I can also import .inf files. You're probably aware that on Windows 2000 and on Windows XP, custom device drivers that are installed into the operating system are installed through a .inf file. In this case, I can take any existing Windows 2000 or Windows XP device driver, point to its INF file, and automatically generate a custom Windows XP embedded component which defines that device driver for the Windows XP embedded operating system. The third use of Component Designer is to generate my own new custom component. What I'm going to do here is just create a blank component, but this will give you some idea of the capabilities of the Component Designer tool. For example, I can define the file or files that are needed by this component. I can also set the registry information that is needed by this component. And I can also set this component's dependency information. For example, if this application is written using Visual Studio and is an MFC application, or is a managed application perhaps written in C# or Visual Basic, then my group dependencies or file dependencies could well be the MFC runtime or the .NET Framework runtime needed by this application. Once my component has been defined, the final step is to run a utility called Target Designer. And this is the utility that is used to configure and build the Windows XP embedded operating system image. I'm going to create a new operating system image here. And by default, an operating system image is empty. In effect, what I need to do is layer up the various operating system components, technologies, and device drivers that are needed by the Windows XP embedded operating system image that I'm building. You'll notice that I've already imported that Target Analyzer component that I generated inside of Component Designer. What I can do is right-click, add this into my workspace, which is shown in the center of the screen here. If I expand this out and select Settings, you'll notice each of the individual hardware components that were found by the Target Analyzer tool when we ran this inside of Virtual PC. The next step is to select a design template. Each one of these design templates is a starting point for your Windows XP embedded design. In this case, I'm going to choose Information Appliance, right-click, select Add, and then I'm ready to build my operating system image. And this is handled by selecting Build Target Image. The Windows XP embedded operating system contains over 12,000 individual operating system and driver components. approximately 9,000 driver components, and 3,000 operating system components. Using the Target Designer tool, I have the ability to select each individual device driver or software component that I need for my embedded design. Typically, Windows XP embedded operating system designs take somewhere between 12 to 14 weeks from concept through to shipping device. This is because Windows XP embedded boots and runs on x86 processors such as AMD and Intel and Cyrix, but also PC architecture hardware. So the hardware is extremely well understood. The device driver model is exactly the same as that of Windows 2000 and Windows XP. This means that existing device drivers just run on Windows XP embedded without any modification. Desktop applications also run on Windows XP embedded without any modification. This, of course, jump-starts your embedded design and makes it extremely easy for you to bring your design to market. So in conclusion, Windows XP Embedded is a componentized operating system broken into approximately 12,000 components, 9,000 drivers, 3,000 operating system features that you have the ability to pick and choose to add to your operating system design. For further reference, here are a number of places that you might find interesting to get more information about Windows Embedded operating systems, our partner programs, and also evaluation kits for Windows CE, Windows XP Embedded, and Windows Embedded Point of Service. Thanks very much.